When you think about the biggest rapper in history, only a few names should come to your mind. And if one of those names isn't Eminem, there is something wrong with you. But with fame comes a lot of controversies. So who is Eminem if not the king of controversies?
Right here. I want to see my friend. Hi. It's my he's my friend. He's really my friend. He's pretending, but that's my friend, Dr. Dre.
Some of Eminem's historic rivalries date back to his record agreement with Dr. Dre. Detroit artists had run-ins with the rapper before he became a mainstream hit. Marshall Mathers' wrath was felt by even New York artists when he emerged on the scene with My Name Is. Eminem has had beef with everyone from Pamela Anderson to Triumph, the insult comic dog. But which feuds were the juiciest?
I don't got nothing against Eminem. I don't want to go through, I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want, for 22 years, every time I do an interview, they ask me about Eminem. The f you want me to do?
Let's start with Eminem's oldest beef, which started because he didn't get the rating he wanted on his show. This one is definitely going to give you the ick, because Benzino decided to go low to hit Eminem in the guts. In 2002, Eminem released The Eminem Show, which received a rating of 4 mics out of 5 in the Source magazine. However, the rapper was unhappy with this rating and blamed the Source and its co-founder Benzino for not getting a 5 mic rating because of his race. Benzino refused to talk to Eminem to promote his new film, 8 Mile, and later shared the story in an interview and proceeded to diss him in a freestyle. Benzino added fuel to the fire by releasing diss tracks about Eminem. Later in 2002, Benzino released Pull Your Skirt Up and took shots at Eminem with lyrics like, "The 2003 Vanilla Ice, how you playin' it? If you ask me, you really ain't that nice, you overrated." He also referenced Eminem's response to his album rating saying, "You was unsigned hype before you ever met Dre. I birthed your little career. Now you owe your life to Ray." Eminem responded with diss tracks of his own, such as Invasion, The Sauce, and Nail in the Coffin. He poked fun at things like Benzino's rapping skills, his age, his gangster act, and his weird business practices. In an interview with Hot 97, he said, "I've never thought I would see the day where I met or heard the wackest rapper in the world. I've heard a lot of whack rappers, but he very well possibly could be the worst rapper in the world, going against one of the best." Benzino gets hate from Eminem fans but keeps the feud going. In response, Benzino released Die Another Day and Better Lose Yourself, a parody of Eminem's Lose Yourself. The lyrics take an even darker, more disturbing turn as the rapper threatens the lives of Eminem and his daughter. By then, Benzino had received tons of backlash from Eminem's fans and radio stations stopped playing his songs. Still, he started to use his magazine as a platform to sully Eminem's name.
And I done seen a lot of people cross the line, but this motherfucker job must have lost his mind. That ex got him thinking he was...
Eminem and Ja Rule had a feud in 2003 when Eminem released a song called Go to Sleep, insulting Benzino along with Ja Rule. Ja Rule, who was beefing with rapper and Eminem's friend 50 Cent, released a song called Loose Change, insulting Eminem's daughter. In response, Eminem and Shady Records released diss tracks aimed at both Ja Rule and Benzino, including Bumpheads featuring G-Unit, Do Re Mi featuring D12 and Obi Trice, Hail Mary featuring 50 Cent, and The Conspiracy Freestyle. In response to Shady Records songs, Benzino released Fallen Down, where he dissed both Eminem and 50 Cent, and formed an alliance with Ja Rule on more diss tracks, including Untouchable. By the end of 2003, Benzino discovered an older record of Eminem's called Foolish Pride, where he used racial slurs. He shared the song through the Source's website and printed the song's lyrics in the magazine. The song was an indictment of African American women, and it was basically about the singer's previous troubles with them. He rapped, "Blacks and whites, they sometimes mix, but black girls only want your money because they're dumb chicks." Eminem ultimately apologized for the song and how he used racial lines in it, which was more than a decade old when it was released in 2003. The tape was something I made out of anger, stupidity, and frustration when I was a teenager. I'd just broken up with my girlfriend, who was African American, and I reacted like the angry, stupid kid I was. I hope people will take it for the foolishness that it was, not for what somebody is trying to make it into today. It marks one of the only times another musician could draw an apology from Eminem. The hip-hop community has crowned Eminem the winner of a feud with Ja Rule and Benzino. Eminem released several diss tracks, taking jabs at both rappers. But the feud ended in 2005 with his collaboration with Obi Trice for I'm Gone. Reality TV star and record producer Benzino apologized to Eminem 7 years after the feud ended, admitting that he made a mistake and that he should have allowed Eminem to express himself in hip-hop. But is that apology real? Or did he realize it is not beneficial for him to stay on the bad side of one of the most influential rappers in hip-hop history? Unexpected feuds in show business is Eminem versus Moby. The two artists do not appear to be the types of people who would become enemies. Granted, they don't appear to be best friends, but it doesn't appear that they have a strong enough bond to despise each other. So what happened between Eminem and Moby? Obviously, people are naturally curious as to why Eminem ended up feuding with Moby, of everyone who works in the entertainment business. After all, the two of them are not the types of performers that fans or the media would set against one another. They cover a wide range of genres and styles, but they did have a rivalry, and it was really nasty. It all began more than 2 decades ago at the 2001 Grammy Awards. Eminem was famous for producing offensive songs and lyrics which were not always well received, sometimes for good reason. Moby, in particular, didn't appreciate much of what Eminem wrote at the time. Understandable because while the rapper clearly did not mean it literally, several of his lyrics were quite derogatory to minorities. So, during the Grammys, Moby decided to speak up. According to him, he's very good at what he does and he's very clever, but he's also a homophobe, a racist, and a misogynist, and I find that objectionable. Needless to say, the rapper was not pleased, and this launched a long-running resentment between the two. Eminem didn't take Moby's words lightly. On the contrary, he retaliated multiple times and immortalized their feud in one of his most popular songs, Without Me. There, he insults Moby by name and even shows him in the video. He also mentions Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC, but that's a separate story. The song's lyrics called Moby a slur, said he was old, and bald, which is not really a lie, said that no one listened to Moby's music, and made a derogatory remark about what Moby might do for Eminem. To be honest, this did little to counter Moby's homophobic accusations, but it had an impact. If the intention was to make Moby angry, he failed horribly, because the musician found it amusing and replied to the insult by killing him with kindness. After the song was released, he stated, "I think apart from his misogyny and homophobia, he's an amazingly talented rapper, and it's amazing to me that he's had such a long and successful career, so kudos to him." About being addressed by name, he stated, "My favorite Eminem song is Mosh, and Without Me, because he gave me some amazing free publicity." Going after each other at award events became their favorite activity amid the feud. It all started with Moby's comments at the Grammys, and it was during the Video Music Awards in 2002 that Eminem decided to repay the favor. After being presented with an award by Christina Aguilera, the rapper launched an attack against Moby, which was inevitably booed. He reacted with, "Keep booing, little girl. I'll hit a man with glasses."
Louis, keep booing. Keep booing, little girl. I will hit a man with glasses.
He also nearly hit Robert Smigel's Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, a puppet dog that was performing at the event. Looking back, Eminem realized he was out of line and admitted that he was going through a difficult moment in his life, and his whole attitude was exaggerated. Things did not escalate further following Eminem's threat, owing in part to Moby's lack of outrage. He wasn't afraid or angry, at least not for his own safety. "I was more concerned for Triumph's well-being," he said. "If Eminem wants to pick on someone, pick on me, but don't diss the dog puppet. Triumph the dog puppet is my hero. That's the sole reason I went to the VMAs. I love that little dog puppet." He became significantly more concerned when Eminem repeated his threat, changed since then, and Eminem sincerely regrets his actions. "All my life I'd been trained to react. My instinct was, if someone talks about you, you see them, you fight," he explained. "But Moby? Really? I was going to fight Moby? And I was going to fight a puppet? In hindsight, I should have handled it differently." Another beef that Eminem had that destroyed the career of another artist was the one he had with Machine Gun Kelly, Not to mention, it was all for a good reason. Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly's feud has been a source of tension between the two rappers, with their ongoing criticism stemming from a tweet MGK posted 6 years ago. The feud began in May 2012 when MGK saw a picture of Eminem's then 16-year-old daughter, Haley Jade. At the time, he tweeted, "I have to say she is hot as fuck in the most respectful way possible, 'cause M is king." MGK claimed he handled the Haley situation with Eminem's manager 6 years ago, behind the scenes, and has tried to talk with the rapper directly but claims he doesn't want to have a conversation. In 2015, Kelly accused Eminem of having him blackballed from the radio channel Shade 45. Eminem took a dig at MGK through music, dropping a surprise album, Kamikaze, which features a track called Not Alike. He directly calls out Kelly in the song. MGK responded with a track called Rap Devil, a play on Eminem's Rap God off his 2013 album. In the song, Kelly criticizes everything from Eminem's weird beard to his corny hats and age to his sobriety. Eminem released Kill Shot on September 14th, a track that slams Kelly from beginning to end. "Realized I forgot to call you back. Here's that autograph for your daughter. I wrote it on a starter cap," he raps. Stan, son. Listen, man, Dad isn't mad. But how you gonna name yourself after a damn gun and have a man bun? When Kelly opened for Fall Out Boy in Orlando, Florida, he wore a t-shirt of Eminem's Kill Shot cover art, posing for photographers with his middle fingers high in the air. In an interview with The Breakfast Club, MGK made it clear that he didn't take too much offense to Eminem's latest digs. "You want to talk about man buns?" he said. "You want to talk about a hairstyle I wore for a movie, a blockbuster movie, Shout Out Nerve, and a 10-episode Showtime series called Roadies? I'm an actor, homie. How disconnected are you?"
We're talking about facts. You want to talk about man buns? Answer the facts.
I think people.
You want to talk about a hairstyle I wore for a movie, a blockbuster movie, Shout Out Nerve, and a 10-episode Showtime series called Roadies? I'm an actor, homie. How disconnected are you? You called me a mumble rapper?
Eminem denied that their beef started because of the tweet MGK posted related to his daughter. But what father would sit back while somebody comments on their minor daughter like that? What do you think about Eminem's beef throughout his career? Tell us in the comments below.